Hello, Somiet. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you are new to this channel, you're highly welcome. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to draft the pattern of this beautiful gown you're seeing right now on the screen. So this video will only entail the pattern drafting alone. So in my subsequent video, I'll be posting the sewing, the cutting and the sewing tutorial. So if this is a tutorial you're interested in, please like this video, drop a lovely comment for me in the comment section, share this video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you. So welcome guys. So for this pattern drafting, we'll be starting with the front bodies of the gown. So this is my pattern. I've already drawn my armhole, so I will label all these lines I have here. So this is the shoulder, so this is my shoulder, that's my armhole. So this is the bust line. So the next one is the underbust. So I made mistake. That's the under bust, not the waist. So it is the under bust. So the next one there is my waist. So this one is my hip line. This line here is my knee length. That is on my knee, from my shoulder to my knee. So this is my knee length, and this is the gown length. So I want the gown to be below the knee. From the style, the gown is below the knee. So it now depends on how low you want it below your knee. So that's what I'm working with. So for my length, I'm working with length 43, in case you want to know. So for this other measurement, whatsoever your measurement is, just measure it on your pattern paper. So now we'll start with the bust. So you measure your bust divided by 4. So you move to the waist area, your waist divided by 4. So for the front, we will not be adding any dots at all. We won't be adding any dots. So at the hip area, you measure your hip divided by 4 also. So at the knee length also, you measure your hip divided by 4. And at the gown length, you measure your hip divided by 4. So we'll still make this pencil, but let's still use our hip at first. So you connect from the hip to the gown length with a straight line. You know, they are the same measurement there. So after that, you connect your hip to your waist with a curve. So this is what I have. So from your bust to your waist, you also connect to the armhole. So you connect this to the armhole, and this is what I have. So the next thing I want to do is to make the pencil. So I will go down by about 3.5 to 4 inches. Then as that line there, I will take ½ inch. Then in between the distance between these two lines, I will take 3/4 inch. So I'll just take 3/4 inch here, and towards the knee length and the gown length, I will take 1. You know, I took half at this part close to the hip. I took about 3/4 inches at the knee length, and at the gown length, I took about 1. So I'll be connecting this. So this is how I will be connecting all the points together. So this is just to make this pencil effect so that the gown is not straight, and so that the gown can have fitting on the body. So now for the neckline here, depending on how wide you want your neckline to be, you can either use 7 or 8. If you are a small size, please use 7. But if you're a big size, you can use 8. So I'll be using 3.5 inches wide. That's 7. 7 divided by 2, that's 3.5. And for the depth of the neckline, I'll be using my upper bust. So my upper bust is actually 6.5, but I went up by ½ inch, so I'm using 6 inches for the neck depth. I don't want it to be too low, so I'm using 6 inches. So let's assume your upper bust is 7, so you can use 6.5. Sure you understand. So I just went upward by ½ inch. So my upper bust is 6.5, then I just went upward by ½ inch. That's 6 inches. So now for the wideness also, it is a square neckline. So the 3.5 I measured at the shoulder, I'll also measure it at this chest line or the upper bust line. So this is what the neckline will look like. So now after we are done, the next thing is to, on the underbust line, this is the underbust line, so you can go up by about 1 to 1.5 inches. So I went up by 1.5 inches. Then I will just be connecting it like this. As you can see the way I connected it, just towards this line like this. So just leave this. So this is the shape we have at the underbust line. So the next thing I want to do is at this waist area. So at this area here, what you will do is to measure your bust span divided by 2. So my bust span is 7. So 7 divided by 2, that's 3.5. So you note that point. So the remaining part I have here is 3 inches. So this is 3.5 and the remaining part I have there is 3 inches. So I'll measure the same 3 inches I have here at the under bust line. So I will connect like this. So this 3 inches here is what I also measured there. So I have a like a slant line there. So it's 3 inches. That's the remaining 3 inches I have there is what I measured there. So I'll measure the same 3 inches up to my hip point. So I'll measure the 3 inches up to the hip point. So now at this part here, at the knee length, so because of the slit we have at the front of the gown, so I'm going up by 6 inches from the knee length. So if that will be too high for you, you can use 4 inches, but I'm going up by 6 inches from the knee length. So that's where the slit will be starting from. So at this part here also, I'll measure my bust span divided by 2. So my bust span is your nipple to nipple measurement. So my bust span is 7. So I'm using 3 here actually. So I just measured 3 here. So but you can use your bus span. My actual bus span divided by 2 is 3.5, but I used 3 there. So just note that point. So now let's measure the 3 inches at the hip area. So 3 inches. So I'll connect these 3 inches to the waist. So this is what we have. So I've connected it. So after connecting these 3 inches, then I'll connect this hip area to that line above the knee length. So I'll use a curve to do this. So this is what I have. So for this part here, I'll just extend this line downward with a straight line. So I will extend it downward like this. So after extending it downward, because there's an opening at the slit area, so I'll just take 1 inch to the right, 1 inch to the left, then I'll connect it up to this line here. So this is what I have here. So this curve that I have at this line here, I want to blend it in because it looks sharp. So I'm just using my marker to blend this in. So now I'll go ahead and cut. But before I cut, we have to take out the darts at the bust area. That bust dart, we have to take it out because this pattern, I'm using 43 for the front. So for the back it is 42. And the reason why it's 42 is because of the distance between my half length for the front and for the back. My half length for the front is 15.5 and my half length for the back is 14.5. So that's the 1 inch difference. So yours may be 2 inches, 1.5 or 2.5 depending on your size. So all these parts that I'm putting star as the part I'll be cutting so we don't get confused. So this is the line I'll be cutting. So now, like I said, the distance is 1 inch. So I'll be taking 1 inch here. Then I'll be connecting it. This is my bust span divided by 2. Then I'll just connect it to the point there. So where this dart is stopping is my bust span divided by 2 points. So that's it there. So now let's go ahead and cut out our pattern. So guys, this is what the pattern looks like for the front. So this is what it looks like. So that is the dart. So now we'll move over to the back bodice. So this is my back bodies, and as you can see, this line here is my zipper allowance, which I will label now. So I used 1 inch here for my zipper allowance. So you can use whatever, you can use half or 1.5 depending on what you're working with. So now I measured my half length there, then I'm marking my hip line here, then I will locate my knee length, then I will also locate the gown length. So the gown length, like I said, is 42 inches for the back. So for the front, it is 43 inches. So let me label this line. So this is my shoulder, my armhole, my waist, my hip, and this is my knee length, and this is the gown length. So guys, I'll start at the armhole. I'll measure my bust divided by 4. Please make sure that this point, I'm measuring it after the zipper allowance. I'm not measuring the zipper allowance together with it. So I'll measure my waist divided by 4. So for the back, we are adding a dart. I will add a dart of 1 inch. And for the hip area, my hip divided by 4. So at the knee length also, I'll measure my hip divided by 4. And at the gown length, my hip divided by 4. So guys, after connecting the point together, I will locate my dart. So my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 plus half inch. So I'll measure that, and on that point, I'll just extend the line upward and downward like this. So for this line, for the height of the line upward, I can use 6 or 5.5 inches high. So the dart leg can get to around the armhole side. So let's say like 1 inch below the armhole. Then I'll take half to the left, half to the right. So now I've taken the dart at this point. So guys, let's move to the neckline. So it's 3.5 we use for the front. So we are using 3.5 wideness and 1 inch depth for the back. So this is the neckline for the back. And the next thing I will do now is to make the pencil at the skirt part, just like I did for the front. That's what I will do for the back also. I actually have a detailed tutorial on how to achieve a pencil skirt. So if you want that tutorial, you can just let me know in the comment section. So the next thing I want to do here is to prevent zip bulging. So I will take out half inch here. So what I took out there, I will add it back at this point, and I will reconnect this. So now I've taken that. So for the hip area, I also want to tighten this part here. So I'll go down by about 3.5 inches. Then I'll take half inch here. Then I'll keep taking the half inch down to the end of the gown. So this is how I will connect this part here, just like this. So guys, it's time to cut. So let me just go ahead and cut this pattern. So this is what the back bodice looks like. So let's move over to the sleeve. So this is a regular sleeve, a regular sleeve. So if you want a tutorial on how to draft a perfect sleeve, just let me know in the comment section. So at the wrist area there, I'm adding an extension about 3.5 inches. Then from the elbow to that point, I will just be connecting it like this. Please note that the sleeve of this gown is long, though I think when I'm transferring my pattern to the fabric, I will I will add another extension. Though I just added 1 inch to this, like I added 1 inch extra to this pattern, but I'll be adding another 2 inches because I really want the sleeve to be very long. So whatsoever your shoulder to wrist measurement is, just add about 3 inches extra. So this is 23 inches. Actually, my shoulder to wrist is about 22. So I'll still be adding extra 2 inches when I'm transferring this. So I'm writing it on it that I will increase the sleeve by 2 inches. So now, if you notice, there is a slit at the center of the sleeve. So for you to locate that sleeve, just go down by about 4 inches from your elbow. So that's where the slit will happen. So there will be a joining at this side. So there will be a joining at the center of the sleeve. So the joining will stop at that 4 inches the below the elbow. So this is my sleeve, and this is the back bodice. I'm just labeling it back bodice, and this is the front. So I'll just label this three piece as F. So F means front. So these are all the patterns. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Click on the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop the sewing video of this pattern. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.